And there's no chance Javi was talking about a different rate.
No, this has to be the one. It's the right time frame. 5 lockups, 2 ICUs. Though it is unclear who put those 2 in the hospital.
Of course it is. If I did want to keep that quiet, I could pull personnel
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you are joining us from. I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. I think others will find us as we continue. My name is Beryl Odhiambo from TB Women Academy, and I'm so glad for I'm so grateful to all of us for making time and joining in. We will proceed. Others will find us as we go on. But mine again is just to thank you for joining in, and as we look forward to our first touch point. Yes, we've had the first one, the virtual orientation, but this is one amongst the many lessons and touch point sessions that we will be having. So yeah, I know in our last meeting we got a chance to introduce ourselves, but not all of us got to join. So I'll give it up again for us to just do another round of introductions. If just tell us your name,
Introduction
where
ndo
you
mwasekema
please mute if you're not speaking. Yeah, so you'll just tell us your name, where you come from, and one expectation that you have for this call today. And I think I'll have to go as per my screen. Yeah, so Indra, you are on the top of my screen. Please go ahead, tell us your name, where you come from, and one expectation you have towards this call today.
Thank you. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm Indra Josephine from Kenya, and my expectation today is actually just to learn. And when we talk about Unveil, it gives a lot of mystery. And so yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and I want to hear what you have for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Indra, and we're so glad to meet you again. Dorcas.
Thank you, Beryl. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning. I'm happy to be here. My name is Dorcas Kemugisha. I'm from Uganda. My expectation for this afternoon's call, firstly, is to understand the logistics and the itinerary for our travel. And then secondly, to also know what will be covered. I know we had a very good introductory session the last time, but just to also see what's on the agenda and how best I can come prepared to receive and learn.
Thank you so much, Dorcas. And yeah, we look forward to addressing some of some of your expectations. And welcome. I'll go over to Adegoke. I hope I've pronounced it right. Mm, Adegoke, you are muted. That is if you're speaking. Okay, as maybe she might be having some technical issues, I'll cross over to Cynthia.
My name is Cynthia Mekubo from Kenya. My expectation today is basically to know what you have in store for us and just to improve our
I think we lost Cynthia and her internet was also so shaky. Yeah, let's hope she'll come back. Faith Onu, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. My name
Hi,
is
Faith.
Faith. Good morning. My name is Faith. Sorry, last time I joined late, so I did not introduce myself. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Faith Ibire Onu, but just call me Faith. I noticed we are two Faith here, so you can just add Faith to Korea. Don't mind me. I love Koreans. So my expectation for this TB Academy is that I want to have deep knowledge on gender and TB. Why is gender related to tuberculosis and all of that? So I know that before the year runs out, I would have gotten a deep knowledge about tuberculosis, and I look forward to working with everyone here. Thank you. I'm from Nigeria. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Faith, and we're also so glad to have you in the academy. And I'll pass it over to the other Faith, Vivian Faith, over to you.
So hi everyone. I hope I'm audible enough. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming from. My name is Vivian Faith from Kenya. My expectation will be to see how TB women would be able to incorporate the aspect of PPM within our academy. Thank you. I hope I was audible, Beryl.
Yes, you are, Vivian, and welcome to the academy. Yes, I have Sihulile.
Good day, everyone. My name is Kulile Sachuago from the Kingdom of Eswatini, and I'm so excited to be part of this consortium. I think my expectations are broadly on how TB interlinks with sexual reproductive health, and how are we going to navigate into the issue of gender, and how we'll close the gaps into the coexisting cultural aspects of TB affects women more than men. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sikulile, and you're welcome. Elisha, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Misha Augustine from Nigeria. My expectations for today is I want to see how gender is related to TB and what we have for us for today and how it affects us and how we're going to come in. Thank you.
Thank you, Agustina. Yes, I have Olivia Atwine.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm called Olivia from Uganda. And my expectation today is I'm open to learning more about gender as regards TB.
Thank you so much, Olivia, and you're welcome. We hope to cover that as we go on. And yes, without leaving anyone, I'll go to Natasha.
Good afternoon, Beryl. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Natasha Mvula, coming from Zambia. I think one of my expectations mainly for joining or for learning from this academy is how TB is linked with advanced HIV disease. And also for today's expectation mainly, I think it's just to have some techniques on how we can self-discover when it comes to the different careers that we take every now and then, the different aspirations that we have. So I think it's just about learning on some techniques that we can use as we go along on how we can discover ourselves better. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Natasha, and you're welcome. I'll proceed over to Christine.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christine Yahama from Kenya. My expectation is to go and train other TB champions, TB women champions in my county. Thank you, Beryl.
Thank you, Christine. Rosemary, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rosemary Atieno from Kenya. My today's expectation is to learn more on overview on gender in TB. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. I have Lydia.
Hi everyone, I'm Lydia Agot from Kenya, and my expectation today is to learn and gain more knowledge about TB and gender. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lydia. I have Brenda Azizuyo. Brenda, are you speaking? Looks like you're muted.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
my name
Brenda.
is Azizuyo Brenda Fasi.
And I expect to unpack a lot, to have an inner. I also skills of learning one to be advocates. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. And yeah, you're welcome. Nicole, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Nicole Otieno from Kenya. Today's expectations are to get deeper understanding of the touch points that we are going to cover today. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, and yeah, I have someone who has joined with the name AfroCap. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, even as you rename. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. It looks like the person is not getting me, but yeah, thank you so much for joining in and sharing your expectations. They are quite overwhelming. They are quite a lot, but remember we said that this is a year-long journey of learning. Our expectations around TB and gender, we will get to learn them. Our expectation around techniques on self-discovery and leadership, our expectations around gender and TB and why do women carry most the burden of the TB burden, and also some of us also have expectations to go and train other champions to be change agents from wherever they are. That is also very noted. And yeah, so well, today I'll take time. I'll take time to introduce our facilitator for today, to take us through our session that is around unveiling you, and see what is in store for us, and even as we continue learning.
Hi, cousins. I hope you're well, and I hope you can hear me. So welcome to the second touch point of the TB Women Academy. And I've had your expectations, but I also have a question. When you were told that this session is about unveiling you, what came to your mind? Someone can put on chat. When you're told we are going to a session around unveiling you, what really came to your mind? So I want three people to quickly write on chat. If I get 3 responses, I will continue. And for those who do not know me, my name is Maureen Murenga. I'm the founder of TB Women Global. And I'm also the coordinator. And TB Women Academy is the one of my best part of TB Women Global, because I love teaching, I love mentoring, I love coaching. So let me look for the 3 chat messages. Oh, there's nothing. Anybody, what was your expectation when you're coming to Unveil You today? Now, our touch points are usually very interactive. If you keep quiet, I will be disappointed. Oh, thanks, Indra. Indra says points to help me, to help with shadow work. And then Christine Yakama said, making me known. One more point, then I proceed. Dorcas, unveiling me. I thought you're guiding me on how to understand myself better. Thank you. What it means to me, Adegoke says, what it means to me is understanding my self-worth, value, and weakness. And then as you, Brenda, you said, what came to my mind is understanding my strength and weakness in relation to advocacy and in my career. Self-awareness, that is from Shikulile. So thank you very much, cousins, for responding. Exactly, you're very right. It is more about understanding who you are as a leader. Now, when you think about yourself as a leader, do you have another image that comes to you? Maybe you think you're a leader like Michelle Obama or like Oprah Winfrey. Me, I love Oprah. When you think yourself as when you're told Faith, you're a leader, who comes to your mind? Who comes to your image? Do you align yourself to someone with some style of leadership? Can I get some responses? Also on chat, when you are told you're a leader, who comes to your, oh, Chimanda comes to Faith's mind. Who else can tell me who comes to their mind? When you're told, hey, you're a leader, who comes to you? Who comes to you? Michelle Obama? Wow. Let me see them coming. Emilio Diambo. Aha. Nelson Mandela. Good. These are real leaders. Oh, Idra, Patricia Acero, amazing. Patricia is one of the global activists for HIV and TB. Ah, Carol Nawina, Wangari Maathai, amazing, amazing, amazing. I can see, oh, I'm there as well. Ooh, thank you. Oh, Winnie Bianyimba. Ah, you guys are identifying. And you know one beautiful thing is that you're identifying with women leaders who are, and because this is a women, it's a TB women, for me, it really feels very satisfactory that we are identifying with women leaders. Okay, so today we said we are going to, Beryl, what did we call it? Unveiling us. You know, like when I've asked you, when you think about leadership, who you think about, you gave us names. So now we want you to identify you. Who are you as a leader? And we are calling it a leadership vibe. Your real edition, you know, you are your real edition. As a leader, you are your real edition. You are the perfect you. You have no replacement. You could want to be like Michelle Obama, Maureen Murenga, Carol Nawina, Chakumanda, Chimamanda. You know, you would want to be all those people, but they will only inspire you. Then you shall remain you. So now, let me ask you another question. What influences your leadership? You as a leader, What do you think influences you as a leader? I want to see more charts. I don't know if I'll be able to see them. My screen has grown. Kacha Beryl will read for me. What influences you as a leader? The thing came. I can see charts now. The passion about the things I do. Thank you, Faith. Who else can tell me what influences you as a leader? The desire to create a positive change. This helps me feel like a better human being. Good. What else influences you as a leader? The lives you are impacting. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so let us go because of time, or bridging gaps and being a voice to the voiceless, desire to serve and leave a possible impact, issues that children and adolescents give me the need to bring out the change, integrity and empathy. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I hope Charlotte, is Charlotte in the room? I hope, Charlotte, you are documenting those ones, Charlotte and Beryl. Yes, yes. So the biggest influence to you as a leader should be you. The biggest influence to you as a leader should be you. That is why today we want to unpack ourselves. So we want to find our leadership vibe. We want to find our real edition. You are the real edition. You are the biggest influence to your leadership. So if we haven't dealt with you as you, then your leadership will not be very authentic. Remember last week we were talking about being authentic. We have been leaders in school, we have been leaders in college, some of us are leading in the workplace, some of us are leading support groups or peer groups, but we were just leading. We were not authentic. We were just, you just find yourself there and you're supposed to lead a group, or you are the Her Voice Fund ambassador. You are supposed to lead the Her Voice Fund program in your country, but you're just doing it because you found yourself there. So we want to create in you an authentic leader. TB Women Global wants to create in you an authentic leader. So welcome to our Glow Up journey. This is going to be a real journey, your leadership journey, and it's going to be as interesting as it should be. So we always say, from fake it till you make it, keep it 100%. They always say, fake it till you make it. So in the leadership, some of you are inspired by Michelle Obama, by Carol Nawina, by Maureen Murenga, whoever inspired you. So be that, fake it till you make it. Start living in that. And we are talking about discover who you really are as a leader. The goal is to lead with your authentic energy. And the result will be that people will actually want to follow you because you are real. Where you can't, you always tell them, I can't. What they see is what they get. When people can trust you because what they see is what they get, and they know you're not being an imposter, they tend to trust you and they make your leadership smooth. So the hot take here is that the best leaders aren't trying to be someone else. They are just being the best versions of themselves. So there's nobody who can be you. There's nobody who can be Brenda Fassi. There's nobody who can be Cynthia Mikubo. We don't have another Dorcas Kemigisha, maybe by name, but they can't be you. They can't be another Faith Onu. They can't be another Indra, Josephine. Neither can we have another Lydia or Nicole or Olivia or Rosemary or Shikulile or Vivian Faith. It is only you. So what we can have is the best version of you. And that is what TB Women Academy is all about, making sure that by the end of the of this leadership experience, you are the best version of you. So I told you I like Oprah, but think about Oprah. She doesn't try to be anyone else. She's authentically Oprah. When she responds to someone or she always knows how to give comebacks. When Oprah is giving a comeback, you read it and you say, yeah, this sounds like Oprah. When Michelle Obama is giving a statement, you listen to it and you say, that statement sounds more like Michelle Obama. Even when Trump's wife, Melania, tried to impose her statement, people quickly picked, no, this is a phrase for Michelle. Michelle is the one that makes such phrases. So the best leaders aren't trying to be someone else. They are just the best version of themselves. You are the best version of yourself. So we ask ourselves, what's your main character energy? They say that your leadership identity is equals to your personal brand. You know that thing that people will look at and say, ah, that is Brenda. I knew she would say that. Oh, that is how Maureen behaves. You know, the people they identify with you and that becomes your brand. Sometimes I follow some of you on social media. And then you share things and I'm sure, this one Faith would definitely, this is shared by Faith. This is definitely Brenda. This is definitely Cynthia. Because I know there are things you wouldn't share. So one day if someone hacked your account, I would call you and say, hi, is your account hacked? I can see some things in your account that don't look like you because we already know your identity. We know your brand. So some of your vibes include your values. What do you actually care about? Not what sounds good, what you actually care about. Many people that hang around me know that I care about children. I'll always talk about children, even when they're talking about programs for MSM. And we know the programs for MSM do not include reproductive health in terms of maternity and delivery. But when they're talking about programs for MSM, I'll always be talking about, hey, do you know children did not get ARVs? Do you know we have stock out of ABCD? Do you know vaccinations didn't happen in our country? So sometimes I become controversial so that people will remember that controversial woman. And what was she talking about? Children. So I'm just that passionate about children. So what do you really care about? You must come to the leadership space caring about something. That is why you would want to lead a group of people to join you in caring about this issue. So you must know exactly what you care about. And then there's another thing that drives your vibe, that defines you, and that is your life story. Some people have gone through things that have made them who they are. They went through challenges that toughened them and they came out. You know, when we are making gold, it has to pass through some furnace and fire, and then it comes out shining. So what is that made you come out shining? That is your life story. What is it that made you want to do this? There's so many things as young people you can do, or as women you can do, but you have chosen to be in this space. What is it that drove you to come to this space? What is that life story you have that brought you to this space? So those are the things that build your identity. And then the third one is your superpowers. What are you naturally amazing at doing? And you know, we all have things we are good at, where they say, oh, you want this done? Please call so-and-so. Oh, you want ABCD done? Please call Maureen. Oh, you want this social media updated? Oh, find Charlotte. You know, like everyone, there's always a strength you bring to the table. And that is why you are where you are, because there's something you bring to the table. There's a unique something that you contribute to. That is your superpower. So again, that one also helps to shape who you are, your identity. The fourth one that helps to shape who you are is what gets you hyped. What makes you excited to wake up? You know, there are people who get hyped because of just one thing, that immediately they wake up, they'll have to hit the gym, and they love the gym so much that they feel hyped. And then there are people who are always like, I'll go and find news about what's happening with this and that, with sexual and reproductive health. There's something that makes you feel hyped. There's something that you really enjoy doing. That's something that makes you excited to wake up the next day and do. For example, I told you, as a founder of TB Women Global, what makes me hyped is the TB Women Academy. Oh, I love when I have sessions at the TB Women Academy. And even today, I'm in another session, but I've had to walk out because, hey, man, it's TB Women Academy. So this is what makes me hyped. Having a session, a mentoring session, a coaching session, or a touch point. Those ones make me want to do it again and again and again. So again, people will identify you or place your identity by what makes you hyped. And then finally, how do you show up? If we look at you and we are told in one word, describe so and so, it is how you show up, how you appear, what you post on social media, how you dress up, how you address people. That is very critical. For example, if someone came to say hi to you when you're seated, please stand up and meet them. If they're standing up, please stand up and meet them. You cannot be seated and then someone comes to greet you and you remain seated. It is not good manners. And then we look at you doing that. That is how you show up. We judge you. If someone, for example, gives you a handshake, make sure it is firm and look at them in the eyes. Give them a firm handshake and look at them in the eyes. You show up a confident person. Don't greet people looking down. Don't smear your hand over someone else's palm. The handshake must be firm and look at them in the eye and smile and say, how are you? How are you doing? My name is Maureen Murenga. Have I met you before? Show confidence. That is how you show up. And that is how we judge you. We judge you from the first impression. What are your personality traits? So the first time I meet you, how we interact makes me judge you. So the formula for your character is your story, your values, your superpowers, your energy, what makes you hyped, and your leadership brand. How do you show up? And there are very, very many people who have judged you from when they first met you because they've never had an opportunity of meeting you again. So they've never gone back to say, oh, let us give her another opportunity to show up nicely. No, they'll just remember they found you in this conference, seated on a bench, and they greeted you and you remained seated and they started to strike up a conversation, but you are sitting, stretching your neck high up while they were looking at you down here. And that is not how it should be. So there's usually the real you and the fake you. What people see and what actually matters. So what people see on the surface level is your Instagram, for example. People see your job title and your flex. You have gone every day, you want to take a photo, you go to your neighbor's car and then take a photo and you say a small girl with a big God, and you make people feel like they're failures because of how you show up on Instagram. You take a consultant, write your skills on your resume, and they make it look so big. And then you come to meetings and you have all this questions to ask and you're contributing and then you're communicating loudly, you know, we can hear you, hey, hey, hey. In fact, when you haven't spoken in a meeting, people ask if you're okay. So that is the surface you, that is not the real you. The real you goes deeper, it is a deeper level. The real you is reflected on what do you actually believe in. I have been to meetings where I have pretended that, oh, that is so nice, it's amazing. Oh, that is so nice, we will support this cause. And I knew deep down my heart that I'm not in agreement. I think these people should be investing in a different thing than this one. But because the vibe is going towards, oh yeah, this is nice, hey, I've been there too. But the real you is much more deeper than what we see on your Instagram. It is much more deeper than what we see on when we meet you casually in meeting. So the real you is built on what you actually believe in. What do you actually believe in? What the unconscious biases we have. We all have unconscious biases. Like you'll choose something over another. I mean, just automatically, without even thinking twice, you'll choose something over another. If you told me to go and work out or sit back and listen to a nice podcast and crochet, I'll definitely sit back, listen to a nice podcast and crochet. Is that healthy? Probably working out would have been healthier. But there are those unconscious biases we have. Some may be positive, some may be negative. And then what scares you? You know, I can't meet you in a meeting and definitely get to know what scares you. But you know exactly what scares you. What are you afraid of in this life? There are people who are afraid of losing their jobs. There are people who are afraid of being poor. There are people who are afraid of the night, in the evening, maybe something happened to them. There are people who are afraid of darkness, you know, all those things. So what scares you also really is what actually reveals the real you. Another thing is what motivates you and the experiences that have changed you. So the real you goes deeper than what we see on the surface. It is really driven by what you believe in. It is driven by your unconscious biases, the preferences you have. It is driven by what you're scared of. It is driven by your motivation, and it is driven by the experiences that have changed you. That is why we say the deep stuff controls everything on the surface. These 5 things I have mentioned are the ones that control how you appear, how you show up, how you behave in a crisis, how you behave when you succeed, how you behave when you meet someone new. They are all driven by the 5 things that I've mentioned there. So why does this matter? What are the benefits of knowing yourself? Why should you know yourself? Today, I want you to take a self-reflection and ask yourself, who really am I? What are my values? What do I value? What are my fears? What do I prefer over others? Take a moment and reflect on that, because that is what actually matters in the journey of unveiling yourself. So for you, make decisions without second guessing anything. Once you understand yourself, the real benefits of knowing yourself, it is that you will make decisions without second guessing everything. You will not want to make a decision that pleases others. You will make a decision driven by the 5 things I mentioned in the other page: your values, your preferences, what you fear, what gives you an energy, you know. Those are the things that will make you make decisions. And then the benefit of knowing who you are helps you with less stress from trying to be someone you're not. The moment we try to be people we are not. You know, you want to be an Oprah Winfrey, or you want to be a Michelle Obama. So you want to dress up that way. Dress in what makes you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable in ragged clothes, that's your style. It will give you less stress from trying to be someone you are not. I am not a heels person. I think because I'm heavy. When I was younger, I used to wear heels. So recently I decided, oh, I'm going to this meeting and it's going to be different heads of state. So this is really a corporate meeting. And my dear, I put on my 6-inch heels. I entered into that meeting room and I was feeling awful. So I went back and found my nice wedges. I had carried them in the bag just in case. Thank God I had carried them. So I changed into my wedges. I felt more comfortable. I could engage. So it gave me less stress for trying to be someone I'm not. So people know that they will not see Maureen Murenga in 6-inch shoes. And if it is a conference, I'll wear my sneakers very comfortably because I want to walk around and see things and see people, greet people. I want to be in comfortable shoes. I don't want to be greeting you when my shoes are pinching me. So that is the benefit of knowing yourself. Do I always have answers to everything? Nope. Am I confident in the knowledge I have? Yes. For what I know, I will present it very comfortably. But for what I don't know, I'll let people know I don't know. I'm not very comfortable in that area. When you know yourself, you will be better at reading people and situations. You will be better at reading people and situations. And it is important as a leader that you can read the room. Some of us, you go on and on and on. The room is telling you, stop, but you're not reading anybody's emotion. You keep going on and on and on and on and on. Like right now, for sure, I can't read the room because all of you are, I don't have your photos. I can't see you. So I actually cannot read the room. And maybe you're telling me, enough, stop. But me, I'm going on and on and on and on. So that happens if you don't know yourself. But if you know yourself, you're able to read the room and you're able to understand when you should stop. And then when you know yourself, my friend, you get confidence that hits differently. You feel so confident about yourself that, nothing really scares you. It doesn't matter if today you're woken up and you're told tomorrow you're going to give speech to Bill Gates or to the president of the United States of America who despises Black people, and there you are, a Black woman, you're going to give speeches. You will go with a lot of confidence. And that comes from knowing who you truly are. What are the benefits for your organization and your team? People will trust you more because you're consistent. My team always know where to reach with their issues when they're approaching me. And sometimes they can tell the response they will get from me. And maybe they talk about it, they enjoy me with it, they make a mockery of me with it because they know this is our leader, our team leader, and this is how she is, and these are her boundaries. And she flips, and sometimes she comes down. So they totally know because I truly understand myself and I'm not trying to be someone else. So they know their moment she flips. Even my children know their moment I flip. I can shout at them in the supermarket, but I'll equally cool down. And they understand this is our mom and this is how she is. So they get to trust me more because they know I'm not pretending. I don't have a poker face. What you see is what you get. And it's very consistent. When you know yourself better, you'll get better vibes and team energy because people will already know how to handle you, knowing who you are. You're very authentic. Everyone will know what you stand for. Even in this space of advocacy, people know what I stand for. There are things people cannot bring to me because they know I'll just shut it down immediately. So again, when you're authentic, everyone will know what you stand for. And results of everything you do will improve. The results will improve. So the bottom line is authentic leaders create psychological safety, and that brings better performance. So the 4 areas to explore in identifying yourself. Number 1 is your story. Everyone has a story. What is your story? What major life events shaped you? It doesn't have to be a sad thing. It can be a success thing. What shaped you? What are the family or cultural influences around you? My mom used to tell me, if you find yourself pulling your skirt down, then know that you're not comfortable in what you are wearing. So leave the house in what you feel very comfortable in your skin, so that I don't see you pulling. You know, there are moments you wear short skirts and then as you walk, they become shorter and you want to pull them down to a certain level. So she tells me, if you're walking that way, then you're not comfortable. So all my life I have known, if I want to wear something, I walk around in, especially skirts, they have a way of going up. I walk around the house, see if it is going up. If it's going up, then I don't wear it. Because that means I'll walk on the streets and keep pulling it. So we have influences we have gotten from our parents. And then other areas that influence our stories are the schools we went to, our workplaces, and our life experiences. Those influence what our story is. And remember, I told you, your story creates part of who you are. I told you it was your story, your values and beliefs, your superpowers, and your why, the thing that drives you, the things that wants to make you wake up in the morning. So we've talked about the story. The second one is your values and beliefs. What do you fight for? There are moments I look at how people are suffering and I always tell God, if I was a multimillionaire, I would save very, very many people in this world, because it pains me sometimes when I'm eating and I'm imagining that woman I passed on the street selling bananas that were going bad. Maybe she didn't sell enough to buy food. Now her and her children are going to bed hungry. And I'm eating in my house with my children. We are all warm. I feel like I wish I was able to help the whole world and make sure no one is poor, no one goes to bed hungry. I mean, those are my values. What would you fight for? What do you think, if you are a leader and you had all the tools that are available, you would change? What is your moral compass? If today you got funding and then I told you, I can help you report that you did this work and you didn't do, and then we can share the money and take holiday at the Bahamas, would you fall for that one? We are living in a world where there is no integrity. In fact, it is very sinful to be a straightforward person. I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you are a straightforward person, you lose a lot of things. But amidst this crazy world, what is your moral compass? Do you have any integrity? Can you make good decisions amidst people who are making bad decisions? And then what are your deal breakers? What are your non-negotiables? That people will negotiate with you, but when they reach a point, you'll tell them, this one, I can't do this one. What is the line in the sand for you? Now, those are what creates your values and beliefs. If you have answers to all these three, you are able to tell what your value is, what your belief is. If you have the answer to the three first ones I told you, major life events, family and cultural influence, school or work or life experiences, you can tell your story. The number three is your superpowers. I told you these are very critical in understanding yourself. What are your superpowers? What are your natural talents? You know that one thing you'll do even if you're woken up. You don't have to struggle doing it. What skills have you developed? What is your leadership style? These are your superpowers. And then finally, number 4, your why. You must always go back to your why. Every time you think you're losing it, go back to your why. Every time you think you're giving up, go back to your why. Because you need to understand what energizes you, what gives you the energy, what gives you the vision for impact. I founded the Lean on Me Foundation in 2008. But the idea of Lean on Me Foundation came to me in 1994 when I was in high school. So when I was in high school, I used to tell myself, one day I will create an organization that will be supporting children and teenagers. And we will do amazing things together. Or maybe it will be a school, or maybe it will be, you know, I didn't know my path then. So but I used to think it will be a place where children and adolescents feel very welcome and we do very interesting things together. I even thought it could be a Bible study. You know, I thought about different things, but the thought came to me many, many years. But I kept keeping that vision. They say vision is long term. Until when I found it lean on me, I was like, it's my mom who reminded me. Remember, I used to talk about this long time ago when you were much younger. So what gives your life meaning? What makes you think, if I do, what is that one thing, if you do, you have a lot of joy and you feel that life has meaning? You want to live again, to do it again and again. So these are 4 areas to explore to understand your identity. Once you explore these areas, and it's always good to write them down, then you look at them. And sometimes when you look at who you are, you look at the person on that piece of paper and then you're like, I didn't know I have all this. So it is always good to unveil you and then understand you before you become a good leader. So now I want to give you tools that will help you to figure yourself out, that will help you to level up your self-awareness game. The first one is solo work. The main character moment. You are the main character here now. If you have a smartphone, of which I believe you are because you've been able to join this class, voice memo yourself talking through big life moments, you know, just press record and talk about a speech you want to give, any big life moment, you know, just, you know, do that and record it. Or write your origin story, like where you came from, who you are, but make it leadership focused. And then there are other things that help you identify who you are. There are some personality or strength quizzes that you find online, and some of them are free. One of these is Strengths Finder. Just go and fill in that quiz and fill it in very honestly. Then it will give you up who you are, what is your personality, who are you. It will help you identify yourself. And then, daily reflections. Sit back at the end of the day and ask yourself, was I real today? Did I pretend in any way? Did I try to be someone else? Or was it me? And then the second one, this is you doing it to yourself. That's why I'm saying solo work. You are the one, you are the main character here, but you're assessing yourself. The next one is getting input from others. Ask trusted friends how they would describe your leadership style. Get a 360 feedback, a fancy way to ask everyone what they think. Find a mentor or a coach, and then join leadership groups and communities. So TB Women will help you to do the second one. We will give you a survey that you'll share with your friends, your bosses, your peers, and they will be able to do an assessment of your leadership style. And then we will also give you a mentor and a coach. And then you're already in a leadership group, the 2025 cohort of TB Women Leadership Academy. Some of you are also in other leadership groups and leadership courses. And then the third aspect is learning by doing. Take on stretch projects. You know that those little projects that others don't want. Work with diverse teams. Join up these other groups like the delegations in governance institutions. Join up the committee working groups. They're usually advertised. So when you see it going rounds on social media, don't say that don't think you're not worth it. Just give it a try. If I give you my journey, one day I'll share with you my journey. And you'll see that you are more capable than me when I started. Lead on something you care about. If you lead on something you care about, it becomes very smooth, it becomes very precious. You appreciate every day of your work, and then try different leadership roles. If you are the leader of your support group, try leading also maybe a group with a mix of people from different areas. Sorry, try other leadership roles and test yourself so that you're really figuring yourself out and you're saying, I think I am this kind of a person. Who says there are no struggles? You will find struggles. So let me prepare you. You will find struggles. I've chosen a few common ones and how you will handle them. So some of the plot twists you may face are, number one, imposter syndrome. Sometimes you'll come to a point where you say, I feel like I don't deserve this role. Do I really deserve to be here? I remember the first time I joined the community's delegation to the board of the Global Fund, and we had this retreat. And in that retreat, people were talking about jargons. Everyone was talking about the FOPC committee, and they were talking about portfolio optimization, and they were talking about, those difficult terms. And they were sharing documents for me to review that looked like, the documents look like PhD thesis. I didn't have a PhD. And so I was just like, Then I went to one of them and I told them, I don't think I need to be in this role because I don't understand anything. But they told me, oh, you remember that session? You contributed really well in that session. You don't remember the session on this, you really contributed well. You continue reading and contributing. So when you feel about the imposter syndrome, you feel that you don't deserve the role you are in, to fix that, keep a win notes up. Just keep a notebook of compliments that you've received. Save all the good feedback you receive, and that is something that that really helps a lot, because many people will, like I passed through that, and then I became an alternate board member of the Global Fund Board. That was the biggest governance body I ever was, as an alternate board member. And sometimes after I have read my speech or I have contributed, someone would come up to me and say, Maureen, you always come out very nicely when you speak from the heart. I saw you reading, it didn't come out very nicely. So there are many people who came to tell me about things that I didn't do rightly. They were just saying, I wish you did this better. I wish you smiled when you are talking about this. I wish you, very few people came to give me compliments. But what kept me moving were those compliments that were given by people who told me, I think you're the right fit for this position. Your intervention was amazing, Then, the second twist you will face is the people-pleasing mode. Most of the time as a leader, you'll want to say what feels right by the people. If I say this, they will be annoyed. Let me put it that way. Let me sugarcoat it a bit. So you say what sounds right instead of saying what is true. If it is broken, it is broken. It is not true. So how do you fix this? Practice being honest in low-stake situations first. You don't, there are places where if you're honest, you lose everything. But you start with the low-hanging fruits. You start being honest in areas where if you're honest, people will not be very angry at you as you continue to try and be honest in very complex situations. The third twist is the blind spot. People will see your patterns except you. And maybe your pattern will be you pick your nose more oftenly, or you bite your nails, or you scratch your eyes, and then you had put there some makeup, black makeup, so it mixes up. or you scratch your head when you're thinking about difficult, there are things that you will be doing, or you like doing. So what I was saying, we are the ones who will notice more than you will do. So people will see your patterns and they'll tell you. Maybe you don't like giving eye contact, or you are talking to people and you keep looking at distractions on who is passing, who else is coming. People will see you. We will see those traits before you do. So how do you fix that? Ask for feedback and don't get offensive. There's a day I went to my organization and I told my colleagues, sorry about the noise. Some people just invaded our space. So I told my colleagues that we are doing pipe cleaning. So today we will say about things that don't work, what we want everyone to change, including me. Where some of the responses, yeah. And then I was asking myself, what did I put myself into? But I had to keep telling myself, this is for good. This feedback will help you improve in your leadership style. It will help you improve in leading this group. So breathe in and take the feedback. So sometimes we tend to be defensive. I could tell you that, please try and keep time more. And then you'll be like, no, it's only this time I'm late. But I'm reading your pattern, you're not seeing it. You may not see me, or you may not notice that I'm reading your pattern, or you may not even notice you have a pattern. So when I'm giving you feedback and you feel offended, then it stops people from giving you feedback, and that is not good. So again, let us learn to take feedback and use the feedback as a way of improvement and not someone that is making you feel bad about yourself. Of course, some people want to make you feel bad about yourself, but hey, you can overcome that and look at it as a positive feedback. And then the other final common struggle is fear of being vulnerable. If they know the real me, they will not respect me. So let me pretend that I'm this nice. Even when you're broken, you even refuse to cry when you're supposed to cry. You are this strong woman that is drawing respect from everyone. No, you don't have to be that one. You can share, you can find someone you trust among your group and share the real thing with them. I have someone in my organization that I always tell all my fears, every stress I have, I will call them. If I'm struggling with my children, my relationships, she's the one person that knows all my secret, because I'll always find it easy to call her and tell her, hey, I'm going through this, and she'll be like, okay, it is okay, you'll get over it. It's okay, breathe in, So you can fix that by sharing with people you trust. Again, the world has become such a violent place. Finding people you trust is very rare. So I want you to create your leadership bio. Take a piece of paper and a pen. Let's try and create a bio for your leadership. How will you create this bio? This is the template. I'm the type of leader who values. Remember, we have talked about values, we've talked about beliefs, we've talked about your story, we've talked about what triggers you, what makes you happy, your drivers. There were 5. What was the other one? So, I want you to write this one. I'll give you like 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes is enough. And then a few people can raise their hands and read for me their bio. So I'll give you like 2 minutes I'll leave this one. Oh, sorry, I'll leave this one here. I will leave it there.
Yes.
Okay. So I have to follow the sample here, right?
Okay, please come again.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
said I need to follow the template sample here.
Yes.
The fill
Please
in the
follow
gap.
the template. Yes.
Okay. So I'm the type of leader who values honesty and believes in equality. When I think about it, wait, sorry, the question here, when happened to me? When that happened to me, it taught me that integrity and naturally good at what I love the most and I get excited about it. I lead by passion and I want to create change.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, but Faith is saying that I'm the type of leader who values honesty and believes in equality. Okay, when that happened to me, so it's like you need to get what happened to you. Okay. It taught me up that. Faith, would you mind coming up again with that one?
Okay. So I'm the type of leader who values honesty and believes in equality. When that happened to me, it taught me that I'm cool. I'm naturally good at it and get excited about it. I lead by passion and I want to create change.
Thank you. Thank you, Faith. Faith is saying she's the type of leader who values honesty and believes in equality. When that happens to me, it taught her that she's capable and I'm naturally good at it and excited about it. I lead by passion and want to create change.
Ah, lovely. Who else is here? Who else can share? Thank you, Faith.
Hi, am I audible?
Adegoke, go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Ma. I'm a type of leader who value integrity and transparency, and I believe in empowering others. So, sorry. I believe in empowering others, and when I'm faced with challenges in my community, it taught me that resilience are key. I'm naturally good at solving problems and communication, and I get excited about innovative solution. I lead and I want to create positive change. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we get one more?
Yes, hi. I wanted to give it a try. Okay, so I think I'm a type of leader who values compassion and believes in the power of young people to transform our communities. And when I began working with the TB issues, it really taught me a lot that each and every voice matters in shaping the health solution within our specific communities. And I'm naturally good at mobilizing others and getting excited about creating safe spaces for young people, whereby they get to engage with one by one. And I lead by collaboration and want to create a world where young people are empowered to live healthy and also women are there and have the fulfillment of greater lives. That is my trial.
Wow, thank you. So You have seen how people have put the 5 you see how people have put the 4 areas to explore in their statement. They have talked about their story, they've talked about their values and beliefs, they've talked about their superpowers, and they've talked about what energizes them. So this template will be shared with you by Beryl, because we want you within this week to write for us your leadership bio. I'll read for you this one. I'm the type of leader who values authenticity and believes everyone deserves to be heard. When I struggled with anxiety in college, it taught me that vulnerability is actually strength. I'm naturally good at making people feel comfortable and get excited about helping others grow. I lead by example, and I want to create spaces where people can be their real selves while doing amazing work. So this week, by next week, please share your bios. We will use them in the launch. So Beryl will share with you the template so that you can work on your bio, practice it, reach out if you want someone to walk you through it. And then, because that is what will be printed out there for people to see. So from discovery to action, turn your insight into your leadership style. So this is a work plan you will make for yourself. The first one will be get clear. Write your leadership bio, like I told you, that is the first step. Pick up your top 3 non-negotiable values. What values do you have that you cannot negotiate? Those are your values, and you know you believe in them. And when you're woken up, when you are threatened, you still stick to them. And then define what success means to you. And then the second one, align your actions. This one you'll have to compare how you currently lead versus who you really are. Spot the gaps. Where are you not being authentic? Where are you trying to imitate someone else? And then make a plan to close those gaps. And then in phase 3, you'll go to share your truth. Tell your team what you stand for. Make decisions on that show your values, and own your mistakes, and learn them aloud. Learn them out loud. Learn out loud. And then phase 4, keep evolving. Check in with yourself regularly. Ask people for feedback. It may not be very smooth. Adjust while staying true to your core. And then keep your authentic leadership game strong. So every morning, set an intention based on your values. Me, I wake up in the morning and I'm going to check what time it is. Yeah? And then there are these free videos that just keep popping up. You know, those videos of that start, and then in the middle you are told to, it's over, and it doesn't end well. So you have to buy, you have to log into an app, and then you'll be told to buy time. Those are the ones that pop out when. And then I start watching them, and before I realize an hour has gone. So it stops me from setting the intention based on my values. So again, try and do that. And then in the evening, ask yourself, did I really show up as myself today? How did I play out today? So that you can do every morning. You say, today I think I will go and do A, B, C, D. And then in the evening you ask, did I really achieve that? Was I myself? I went to this meeting where they were discussing implementation arrangements. Was I authentic? Was I myself? Did I show my values? And then you can voice memo about leadership wins and challenges. Talk to yourself and say, hey, Maureen, today you did well. Today you are amazing. So give yourself those compliments. Ask someone for an honest feedback. How was I today? And then expect them to give an honest feedback. I have a pastor friend of mine who doesn't preach very well. Like, okay, not that he doesn't preach very well. I don't know how to put it, but he's there. So every time I attend his church, at the end of the service, he'll ask me, how was I today? And I always don't tell him the truth. I say, oh, you are amazing. You hit it. Hey, it was powerful. Because I know that is what he wants to hear. Because the first time I attempted to tell him, I think you need to improve on clarity. We don't hear you very well. Your voice goes like, so we don't hear you well. I wanted to tell him, I told him that, but he said, no, you don't know. When I'm in the spirit, so he was very defensive. So from that time, every time he asks me for feedback, I always tell him, oh, you are amazing. You did a wonderful job. So don't be that kind of a leader. When you're asking for feedback, don't be defensive. Take it and go and reflect. If it is something you can't change, if it is something you can change, work on it. And then also practice being vulnerable about something small. And then that is what you can do weekly. On monthly basis, you can update your leadership bio. You can review your recent decisions. Were they authentic? You can text your mentor or your coach for a check-in. And when you're told these are the mentors that TB women, you're the one to look for them for check-in so that you say, okay, this is what I want us to talk about. I want to improve on this. Don't wait for the mentor to look for you. And then on quarterly basis, you can do deep self-reflection sessions. You can get formal feedback from the team. And also you can set new goals for being more authentic. So we always say, show us the receipts, the takeaways. So these are the 5 takeaways, the key takeaways from our session today. Number 1, your identity is your leadership foundation. Everything else is built on your identity. Anything you do in your leadership journey will be influenced by your identity. Number 2, self-awareness is a practice. It is not a one-time thing. I told you what you can do daily, what you can do weekly, what you can do monthly, what you can do quarterly. It is a practice. You practice until you are now self-aware of who you truly are. Number 3, being vulnerable. Asking questions if you don't understand is brave. It is not weak. The moment I realized that, I was one of those people who would sit in a meeting. I totally don't understand anything, but I keep nodding. You're wondering, even when I'm nodding, I'm sure they were wondering, why is she nodding to that? That is a bad thing. But I wanted to look intelligent, so I would have that nice smile and nod until I knew that I was doing injustice to myself. So nowadays I ask questions. Even when I feel I should have known this by now, I still ask because I don't know and I want to know. And that doesn't mean I'm a fool, because there are many other things in that room I know that the people in the room do not know. So if people look at me like, you mean you don't know? I also look at them like there are a million things I know that you don't know. So once you become brave, understand that being vulnerable is brave and not weak, you start winning. Also understand that other people's perspectives matter. They see things you can't. So when you ask people for feedback, sometimes they've seen things that they want to correct you over. You may not see those things because you don't know. So those perspectives matter. Don't just rubbish them. Sit back and reflect on them. Also understand that you are always evolving. Your authentic self is not fixed. It doesn't mean that today, if you identify yourself, you'll not change. Remember, life will still continue happening. Things will happen in your life that will change who you are. When I was in college, I was a different person. Then after college, life happened. I became very different. Then I became a mother, and something happened in me that changed me again. I was those people who were harsh. Those who went to school with me, I was a prefect in school, but I was a harsh prefect. And then life humbled me. Nowadays, I'm not harsh, I'm very humble. So things will happen with you that will change you. Your identity is not fixed. Like I told you, it is influenced by the things I was telling you, your story, your experience, what drives you, your values, your cultural influence, those are the drivers. And these influences, they change with life. You hit life nicely, you become a different you. you go through life and you decide, from today I'm honest. I will just tell it as it is. I'm tired of sugarcoating and carrying people like they're gods. So things happen in your life that change you. So the authentic you is not fixed. Then another thing that we've learned today, when you are real, people trust you. And that's when magic happens. So try as much as possible to be real. And then authenticity is contagious. You inspire others to be real too. So if you become real, the people around you will be real. I remember when I asked people for feedback in my organization, the feedback was so honest. And people felt they can, at least they can tell me things they didn't know they could tell me. And they told me. And I sat down and reflected. And I haven't worked on all of them. I still oops in other areas. But I'm very deliberate that there are things I need to work on, and I'm working on them slowly by slowly. So remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be genuinely you. That is what is about leadership. So I'll stop there. Thank you. I'll take questions and comments. Do you have any comments? Any? Comments, thoughts, complaints? Thank you, Faith. Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you, Bahati. Thank you, Agustina. So, thank you, Brenda, Cynthia. Thanks, everyone. So, Beryl will write to you the assignment you're supposed to do in the coming week. And then we are still preparing for the launch. For those of you who have submitted your passports and everything, we are organizing the flights to Mombasa. And there's a question from Michelle. Why is it that if you be you and do you, most people think you're proud? Again, people will judge you, but eventually people will understand you. And they'll always be saying, that is how she is. Initially, people will misjudge you. They will understand you. They'll think you're proud. But if you're honest and you're doing you, eventually they'll accept that that is you and they'll accommodate you. Yeah, so for those who haven't booked their flights, who haven't given the flight details, please share them. Beryl will be sharing the itineraries, and you know how the itinerary works. You have to confirm quickly so that we don't lose that flight. And then secondly, I'll just give you a bit about what will happen in Mombasa. Day one, we will talk about gender. We'll talk about the consortium. This program is funded through the Gender Equality Fund of the Global Fund. And we are a consortium of 3 organizations. So you learn about the other organizations, which are Y+ and CS for Me. They will be in the room. And then we will also learn about gender more broadly in HIV, TB, and malaria. And then on day 2, we'll go to gender specifically in TB in the morning, and in the afternoon, we'll do gender in malaria so that you understand very well, because your leadership should be geared towards addressing these gender-related issues. So you're being trained as a leader, but you're also being equipped with information that will help you do advocacy in your country. And then day 3 is a bit more of team building. We have met virtually. It will be a moment for us to meet physically. So on day 3, it will be very packed. In the morning, we'll do a bit of the academy issues and logistics. And then we will have a brunch. Brunch meaning early lunch or breakfast and lunch, yeah? And then we'll go to a water park and have 4 hours of team building at a place called Wild Waters. So come with your swimming costume. Don't forget your swimming costume. They sell them very expensive at that place because they sell them to tourists. So come with your swimming costume because we're going to have a wonderful time at the Wild Waters. And then the official launch will happen from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., where there'll be dance, there'll be music, and you will be dressed in your cultural attire. And so we will invite Christine, you don't have to know how to swim. There are so many games that are played at the water park. None of that water can drown anyone, so you will not drown. There's only one place where you'll drown. You can drown. I'll show you that place, so you would go there. But the rest of there are swings and what, but inside a water park, so you'll definitely get wet. Christine Yakama, carry your swimming costume. Okay, so the evening event will be wear something traditional. We will be launching the academy and we will be having some traditional music and so and dance and barbecue, and so it will be a party actually. So come prepared, let's learn, let's have fun. So I've told you in advance to look for those things. Don't say I didn't tell you. When people are going to the water, you will go in your skirt suit if you didn't bring, because all of us have to go into that water. So, and your high heels, you'll have to get into the water in your skirt suit and high heels. If you don't say I didn't tell you that you should come with a swimming costume. So Beryl will also reach out. I don't know if she has on the size of t-shirts. Yeah, because CS for me is bringing us t-shirts. So you can carry your jeans or your pairs of shorts, because we will want to take a group shot, a group photo of us in those beautiful t-shirts. And so please come with that one also. So there'll be photos in you in your traditional attire, but also in your t-shirts. Yeah, so Faith, nobody will drown you. You will play in the water. It is not a swimming pool. The hotel has a swimming pool. So people who know how to swim can be swimming in the evenings in the hotel because the hotel has a swimming pool, or early morning. But on the day we go to the water park, let me type for you what is there in the water park. It is called Wild Waters, Mombasa, Nyali, Mombasa. So you can Google. I've typed it on chat where we will have our team building. It is at Wild Waters in Nyali, Mombasa. So there's a lot of activities you can do. There are swings, there are what? Adegoke, don't lie to Faith that you'll teach her how to swim. Don't lie to Faith again that you'll teach her how to swim. So there's a lot of fun that is going on there. It is a water park. You can Google it. So you don't really need to know how to swim. And we'll spend 4 hours there. I've gone there before. I don't know how to swim either, but it's always fun. It is always fun, mad fun. And the aim of that is to bond us together as class of 2025, so that we know each other better, we are free with each other, we can consult each other as the academy goes on, and we've broken the ice that is still existing between us. So yeah, that's our kind of rough itinerary. We'll share with you more itinerary. Yes, Vivian Faith?
I have been waiting for this opportunity. Yes, so thank you so much, Maureen, for the wonderful presentation. I guess I have learned a lot from that presentation. But now mine was just like a little bit of concern, being that I know you a little bit. Now I wanted to know that the aspect of you, how do you get to balance the aspect of leadership when you are the leadership roles that you have when you look at your personal life, how do you get to balance? Sorry, I'm taking you back I'm taking you back to the presentation that you just shared.
Vivian, that's a very wonderful question. I struggled with that initially. I struggled with being Maureen, the leader, and finding time and all the things I need to do at Lean On Me and other spaces I am in, and finding time for my family and for my children, until at some point I saw a friend of mine who had I had a burnout, and mine wasn't that bad, but there's a friend of mine whose burnout turned into a stroke, and she was bedridden, and her job was given to someone else. And then I knew, I have to make a decision. So Vivian, I don't work over the weekend. And from 7 p.m., I also don't work unless it is very, very urgent or I'm away from home. But when I'm at home, anything from 7 p.m., it could be a once a while call that is accommodative, but every day from 7 p.m., I don't work. I spend time with my children. I have a grandchild as well. And then weekend, I don't work. I am lazy. I sit around with the people I stay with. We tell stories. We go out. Initially, I used to go out and I carry my laptop. It was bad. And then we changed, and I changed, and now I know that if I collapse tomorrow, someone else will be given my job. There'll be another Maureen Murenga. There's lots of other Maureen Murengas. And so I started learning that. Initially, it was bad because people started complaining, oh, you are not delivering like we expected, because they were used to that slave. And then they realized the slave was no longer there. But I told myself I have to be real with them. So I told them, oh, sorry, your email came on Friday at 4 p.m. I had already shut down my laptop to spend time with my children. So the only other time I could attend to it was Monday. Another thing I do is I sleep enough. If I slept late, I will sleep until 8 a.m. or 9. If I slept late, that I was working. If I slept late because I was having fun, then I have the obligation to wake up early. So yeah, so Faith, someone can actually collapse. So that is how I try. I'm not there yet, but I'm really trying. I'm really trying. You can ask Lydia. Nowadays, I've learned to keep my computer away, and I spend some time. Over the weekend, I don't do work. And if you call me over work issues, I tell you, I'm somewhere where we can't have a conversation. Let's talk on Monday. People had difficulties with it at first, but now people know. They even know that if you send Maureen, even a WhatsApp message, if it is work related, I will not touch it. But if I'm going to a meeting that starts over the weekend, which doesn't happen every weekend, then that is an exception. So that is how I manage, Vivian. And in part of these sessions, we will do an assessment on your work-life balance. And then we will have a discussion on how do we manage work-life balance. Hope I've answered you.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much for the response. Thank you.
So guys, nobody will drown. Nobody will drown. Faith, don't worry. Even me, I don't know how to swim. We will have fun with you in that area where we don't have to know how to swim. Yeah. Brenda, you'll not raise your hands. You'll play. It's going to be fun. Okay, guys, so I'm done. I'll give it back to Beryl.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. So I'm asking concerning the wild water, the games around the park. Do they pay for it? And if we are going to pay for it, how much it is, so that we know how much we are bringing from our country to participate in the game. What they have different game in water parks, so just want to know.
That
Thank
will
you.
be taken care of by TB Women. We will pay for it. It is part of our budget for team building. So yeah, we will pay for it, not you. The only thing you have to do is to carry your swimming costume, because men, they sell them very expensively.
Yes, I'm Sikulile.
Yes, my dear. Thank you so much. For me, in Eswatini to travel to Mombasa, I'm gonna need an international passport. So it takes I think it takes 3 or 4 days. So I didn't have enough finances. So I'm going to try on Monday to do the international passport because now I only have the one that travels around the SADC countries. So I wanted to ask if I'm delaying the process for the flights or my passport number, the previous one, will be able to accommodate me. I really don't know, but sorry. Yes, that's my question.
Yeah, I think 3 to 4 days, the burial can wait for that. Right now, we'll just continue booking for others. And then when you get yours, please let us know as fast as possible so that we book the flight. Because the later it is, the more expensive the flight becomes. Any other questions? Faith, just bring your costume. Forget about all these other things. We'll take care of them, mommy. Okay, so Beryl, over to you. Let me mute. Okay.
Okay. Olivia, I see your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Beryl. Sorry, my apologies. I must have missed out on the part of the itinerary and generally the entire trip. I just ask her, and my question is, do we need to pay for anything so that we are ready in time? I needed to know because I went off and came back when you were almost ending the part of the water park. So I didn't get the first bit of your discussion. Sorry about that.
It's okay, Olivia. Most of them, I mean, all of the expenses have been paid for by TB Women. Yeah. That is, that is from accommodation to the travels to even the fees at the water park.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. Sikulile, do you still have something?
Oh, no, my dear. Thank you. I forgot to release my hand. Sorry.
All right, guys. I had Charlotte, before we close, do we have something from your side? I know you were like compiling the bios and the photos. Do you have anything you'd wish to share?
Thank you so much, Beryl. Thank you also, Maureen, in absentia, for the amazing presentation. Yeah, concerning the bio photos and the biographies and the headshots, some of you have not yet sent their own, and we need that so that we have the website on and that everyone can be able to access our recordings from wherever, just for references and everything. So you who has not sent yet, you are holding people back. Please send so that we move on with that one. Also, I've seen that most of you have registered and logged into the Gender in TB course that we were doing, the virtual one. And some of you have started, some of you have just registered, have not started yet. So I'd urge you to keep doing it because it is also one of the things that will be checked before you actually get to graduate the class at the end of the year. So please do. And
share it wide so that other people also do it from your side. That would be all from me. I don't know if I'm missing anything, Beryl.
No, not for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. Thank you for really engaging, really participating. So be on the lookout in your emails and WhatsApp. We will be really getting back with lots and lots of information because we are really racing towards 27th September. So be on the lookout in terms of response, because right now we are also working with very, very tight deadlines. So we will be sharing in a lot of information that needs your feedback as we plan this and make our in-person meeting a success. Again, if you have any questions, any clarifications, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are a WhatsApp away in terms of answering and just giving feedback to ensure that all of us are at the most comfortable time. And yes, Natasha, the dates that have been set for the water park and dinner will be on the third day of our in-person meeting. Yeah, Sikulile, congratulations. Thank you for doing. Sikulile has already finished the course and she has a certificate. Wow, good job. Please also share the course with your networks, share the link with your networks, the people around you to do the course and gain that knowledge. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. And we look forward to meeting some other time, and also meet in other platforms such as WhatsApp and email. For now, may you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.